Well, hello, and today I want to read from Galatians chapter 5, verse 4. You have become estranged from Christ, you who attempt to be justified by the law. You have fallen from grace. We most often associate the phrase fallen from grace with some serious moral lapse in a person's life. But Paul is not referring to a moral lapse here, but a spiritual one. He describes the subtle shift in a person's walk with God from trusting in the indwelling Spirit to trusting in ourselves. Walking in the flesh is all about the place from which we live. A man or woman of the Spirit is utterly convinced of their inability to produce a spiritual character without the presence of God through the Holy Spirit. There is a rest and a poise in the heart of a person walking in the Spirit. They are what they are by grace, and so have no ambition to be better than others or excel as though the Christian life were competing one against another. The disastrous consequence of walking in the flesh is boasting, as if one were to boast, as if one were to boast in George Miller rather than the God of George Miller. You know, George Miller, a great man of prayer, but he was boasting in himself rather than in his God. It would be to brag about praying as if our prayers were the source of blessing and not the channel. The shift is subtle but fundamental. The choice is between trusting in God or believing in ourselves, between resting in God's love or striving to attain an intensity that is as impossible as it is unreal. It is for this reason we are not trying to make ourselves extraordinary Christians. We are simply allowing the Holy Spirit to shape us into the unique person that God has destined us to be. Just imagine if a swan was striving to be a hummingbird, or an eagle was striving to be a sparrow. God has called us by his grace and will equip and empower us by that same grace to reach the goal each day that he asks us to attain. Through grace, we are free to be children of God, liberated to discover that we are not battling a lifelong war to get right with God. We are right with him now by faith and filled with all the spiritual resources that we need to please him. God bless you.